Welcome to another edition of Marriage Clinic Live. How are you today? I remain your host, Marlaya Hanoputi. Thank you so much for joining us again on another edition of Marriage Clinic Live. Today we have a special guest in the house, and it's a big privilege and pleasure for us to host him today and to hear him take us through this journey as he speaks to us on the topic why you should empower the woman in your life. And we felt that the best person to talk to us about this topic is no other person than our father. He is the founder and senior pastor of Agape Christian Ministries worldwide. And he is the husband of our mother, Mrs. Olufunke Adejumo, and we felt that for him to have invested so much in her to the point where she has become a global icon and a global phenomenon today, there must be something he knows that we need to learn from. So it's a privilege and pleasure for us to host on Marriage Clinic Live today, Bishop Felix Adejumo. Woo! Welcome, sir, to Marriage
Thank
Clinic Live.
thank you so very much, Morolayo, for the honor, and thank you for having me.
No problem.
I'm so honored. I will just be speaking to you maybe in the next 40 minutes or 45 minutes over the topic: why empower the woman in your life? Why? Since I am a Bible student, and also not just a preacher, but a practitioner. I even want to be known or referred to as somebody who practices the word of God much more than preaching the word. In other words, I prefer to live the word because he said, "Let your light so shine." It is not the Bible that I carry that will shine, it is
True,
me who will shine.
true, sir.
So if I don't shine, maybe Moralayo will not discover a person like me.
True,
It
sir.
means that in my little corner, I am shining. That is the reason. So I prefer to do that much more than to preach or to teach. I am a good teacher of the word. I am a preacher of the word, but I live by the word of God. So let me just say that I will tell you a story. I will tell you my story over and over as I'm going on now, because if there's no backup, live backup, there is nothing I want to share that will make it meaning. But I will share my own experiences, my challenges, and so on. How did I get to where I am? Still supporting this woman known as Funke Felix Adejumo, going all over the world, a global phenomenon, and all that. Now, let me first of all say the word empower. To empower means make someone stronger. That is, you make somebody more stronger, and then, you make somebody stronger or more confident, especially in controlling their life and their environment. It means to give somebody power to be who the person is. It means to support somebody. It means to assist, to back up, to endorse, and to talk about somebody in such a positive manner that the person will be who God intends for him or her to be. That is what it means to empower.
True. So, sir, my first question is why do you think it's
Yeah,
important
still on.
for a man to empower the woman in his life? Why is it important that he does so as a husband?
Okay. I feel that the woman in your life as a husband is your helper. And then if you do not empower that helper, there is little she can do to assist you. But don't forget also that she was also created to fulfill destiny. So you have to identify that and also support her to fulfill her destiny. If she's not married to that man, maybe she's married to somebody else, or she's not even married at all. Definitely, she will live and fulfill her destiny. So, a secure man, a man who, for instance, is he doesn't have problem with self-worth, or he does not have any problem with identity at all, we definitely give all his support to a woman, because you are not supposed to compete, We are supposed to complement one another. I believe we have to just do that. And then, hello, are you still hearing me?
Yes, sir. We are
Are you
hearing
still
you, sir.
on?
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah. But it takes a reconfiguration in the mind of a man
Mm,
to be able to do that. Because if you want to be an African man, you will not be able to do that for your wife. You will see your wife as somebody you have to subjugate,
mm.
to put under you.
True,
And
sir.
your wife is not she's not supposed to be living in your own shadow.
Shadow.
You must give her a space and
Mm,
respect her space.
mm, Thank you, sir, for that. Sir, another question I would like to ask you is that each time I listen to our mother's story, Funke Adejumo, she always says that, oh, she got married very young, she was a nobody then, but that her husband helped her, pushed her to go to school, to study, even though she was still giving birth to children then. And the question I would like to ask, sir, is that how did you manage to cope during the time she was going to school and at the same time raising the kids, and she has an obligation to meet at home to you as well? So how were you able to manage that situation?
In the first thing I would like us to know is that I see Funke Adejumo in my life as a ministry to fulfill. And I was ready to pay the price in order for me to fulfill that ministry. And then when she was going to school, she only had two of her children, and I was there for her. I will have to, and then somebody was also assisting us, but I was the one babysitting us at that time, and at the same time helping her in paying her school fees. I was the one laboring for the entire family. I enjoyed it because I was looking at a future that that education will give her. It will add value to her life, and probably she would not have been known in the world today if her level of education is still where I met her. So I told her that she has to, for you to be compliant with what is in the future, because she has all the potentials. I saw that in her. She has the grace. I saw that in her. And so I just felt that all she needed was a support here and there for her to be able to stand side by side with me, and then at the same time reach our own world. So I was there for her. I was there. I was taking care of the children, the two children. And after she finished her NCE, then she paused. We had two other children before she now went for her BA. In other words, she went for a degree program. So we were together taking care of the children before. And even when she was doing a degree program, I used to take her sometimes to the place and all that. I was just standing by her. Sometimes we study together in the night. She will begin to do her homework and all that. And I will still be there. I was just there. I saw as my vision, which I need to fulfill. I saw as my ministry, which I needed to fulfill. Ask me, where did I learn it from? I think it was the Spirit of the Lord that did that in my life. Calvary reconfigured my life. I know what it means to love without looking back. And I know what it means to pay the price to make somebody what God intends for him or her to be. So I think the wisdom of God in me made me like available for her to be able to be what she is today. So that's just it.
Thank you, sir,
I
for
was there.
that. Yeah, thank you, sir, for that. While you were talking, you said you saw the potentials in her, and you felt all she needed
Yeah.
to manifest those potentials is a support here and there. So, sir, when you saw those potentials and you felt, okay, let me provide that needed support, let me invest into her life, did you know that she was, or did you ever envisage that she would become this big in that future you are talking about? Because I mean, the way she is right now, each time I'm online, I see her maybe
Okay.
in East Africa in a country talking to the
Yeah.
women there.
Uh,
she's in Europe, she's in America, going all over the place, touching. Like, did you ever
Yeah.
envisage that she will become that global figure?
What I'm saying is that you said, did I see a future when I was, did I see this future that we are seeing today when I was doing what I was? I will
Exactly.
say yes and no. I will say yes and no. I didn't know the magnitude of what she could become. I didn't know that she could become I mean, this strong, this popular, and I didn't belong. I never saw that dimension of a global ministry. I didn't see that, to be honest with you. But the vision became intensified as we were growing together, and I discovered that, you see, I needed to give, since she's in her heart, she was pulling out by herself what she has on her inside. I had to also upgrade in order for her to pull her out. So that is what I mean. I kept investing into her life as she was rising. I was uh, I was seeing myself rising above, and so that she could look up, because every woman is wired to look up. If there's nothing else to look for in my life, might be I will not be a coach. So what I'm saying is this: that she got to where we are today, or where she is today, by the grace of God. But I never saw it in that magnitude.
So, sir, when you noticed she started growing in popularity, becoming famous, were you at any time maybe threatened by the height she's attaining?
Yeah, to be honest with you, the flesh will speak, the devil will speak, the word will speak. I have had many people who say, I cannot do what you are doing. You allow your wife to go out there all by herself, and she's now popular. In fact, of the church, and your ministry is under her control. She has taken over from you, blah, blah. Honestly speaking, all of these things can affect a man, especially his ego. And they are just enough for you to say, you know what, sit down. Nobody can, I will just mute her. But the fear of God, the fear of God. I just feel that if I had to do that, how will God be feeling? Since everyone God created, He created intentionally for a purpose. If I had to silence her and mute her and not allow her to fulfill that purpose, I feel that we're doing something that is against the will of God in our life. And I will still give account over it anyway. So I just I told myself, you know what, man, it does not matter what is going on right now. Keep supporting her, keep giving her the support. Let her take the credit, but you take the reward, because there is a reward for what I'm doing in her life. There is a reward for it. So I will not say that it is easy, but I chose to pay the price, because people will just think, if I say, you know what, I am secure, I am doing this, I'm doing this, I'm not. No, 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 it's not that easy. The flesh will talk, people will advise a lot of things, you will hear a number of things, but I chose to follow the path prevails over everything.
Okay, thank you, sir, for that.
Okay.
Saying that now that she has been able to attain this height, that some other women would not think that probably she was able to do this, or she was able to attain this height faster because she had a platform you created for her, because some other people will believe that, oh, she's a pastor's wife, that's why she could move faster. Some other women believe, oh, until they are also in that position before they can evolve, or before. I believe that
Yeah.
whether she started out from a pulpit or not, she would have still been able to attain this height because she had those potentials in her anyway. Or what do you think, sir?
Hmm. Okay. Um, I want you to know that many people are as good as Funke Adejumo. Many people have more potentials than she has. I just don't want you to throw that away.
True, sir.
But not everyone's voice is heard. It is a blessing to have a shoulder to rise on. I mean, this is the truth
True.
that when the ministry started, I gave her space. She was able to rehearse. I created platform for her. She was able to express herself. So it is not a matter of somebody just rising and getting to where she is today by herself. No, no, no. A lot of time she does all of that on the platform of the ministry that God gave me by the grace of God. Now, how did they even meet her? One of the things that revealed her, showed her to the world is the television program. Many people began to discover her. I gave the approval that she should start that television program in our state, and she called it The Woman. From there, the KICC discovered that she had something, and the link began like that, gradually. It wasn't that she just found herself there. So there are many people who have women, I mean women, who are gifted, who are blessed, who have potentials. It is today, just because they don't have the platform to use. Even some women, they are married to pastors, men of God, and they are not opportuned to use the platform of their husbands to rise because husbands will not allow them to be heard at all. Maybe because of lack of uh, lack of security. They lack security. They are not secure in themselves, and so they will just not allow such women to rise. And I must also let you know that when you do such a thing, also for any woman, the woman must prove herself to be worthy of being supported. Because there are some women, when you give them such an opportunity, they abuse it and they use it against their husbands,
True, sir.
which of course is not happening in the life of Funke Adejumo. She says it all over the world.
Okay. I was actually going to I was actually going to ask that question, sir. That was there any time she felt, oh, now I have arrived, and she starts maybe misbehaving or not listening to you, but you were able to address that question, because that is the fear of some men. Some men would say, oh, you know what, if I should empower this woman will stop listening to me at home, this woman will not be submissive anymore, this woman will not be obedient. Why? Because she is empowered. But now you have made us to understand that being empowered should not be an avenue for you to become disrespectful to your husband or no longer listening, but we should seize it as an opportunity to rise and to empower self. Then, sir, some other women will say, well, my husband, no matter how much you tell him, you preach to him, he won't just empower me. He won't empower me. For those kind of women, what advice would you be giving to them?
You said, what advice do I have for the women
Yes,
out there?
those women
Okay.
that their husband won't still empower them.
Okay. Now, I want to talk to our men. And the first thing I like you to know as men is you have to be secure in yourself, find your uniqueness as a person. You must be able to settle in your mind that your wife is not a competitor. Then, time you must be sure that you are a leader, not a dictator. When you see yourself as a team leader and you are leading your wife, you are not a dictator. Respect is not demanded, respect is earned. Because to every role you play as a leader, we have responsibilities. If you are a leader in your home, you cannot just fold your hands, allow your wife to do everything. She's the one that brings in money to the to table, brings food to the table. She's the one leading you in your devotion. She's the one in charge of your spiritual life. Such a woman will abuse they will even take it by force. They are not even going to wait. They will take it by force because you have left your position as
Sure.
a leader. So we see such women. I mean, vacuum should not be created. We have to occupy our space. And dominion does not mean you have to dominate your wife. Dominion means you are both in authority and you are in charge of the situation. When your wife has a superior opinion over anything, you should be humble enough to accept it. And every woman too must not show up as if she knows everything. A wise woman builds her own home or house. So she must not struggle with her husband. She must be not all husbands are not the same.
True.
Some men are African, and you know what? An African man we demand for respect, and there's nothing you can do about it. So such a woman should take it easy so that you will not, because of ministry, destroy your own family or destroy your marriage. Be patient. After all, the most important thing in your life is your relationship with God, which you have to build. Now, secondarily, you can work God, but it is better for you to work with God. If your husband does not release you, you are not under any law to say, since he didn't release, I can release myself. If he does not release you, pray and wait. Don't struggle for it, because at a point the person may have, and it may affect your children. The man can walk out. Some men can just do nasty things and all that. And even sometimes they can be abused and so on. Don't show as if you know everything. And that if, for instance, you have that something in yourself you want to offer to the world. And for men to please rise up, take your place in destiny in the life of your wife, and allow her to be. Respect her space and also maintain your own space. And I believe that together they will do more than being alone.
True, sir. So, sir, the last question is about the impact of a woman being empowered on her children. The impact of a woman being empowered on her children. What would you say are the benefit or the positive side of a woman being empowered on the lives of the children?
Yeah, I believe that in every home, the woman should be the closest to the children naturally. For
Yeah.
9 months, and they breastfed those children. So naturally, the child is close to the woman.
Mm,
And a child learns by observation, much more by observation.
true.
The life of that woman will definitely impact on the children. If the woman is empowered, it will affect the. They have watched both of us. They have seen how we have been serving the Lord faithfully, and they are prepared to serve our God. If, for instance, they see us fight at home over ministry, amen, do all manner of nasty things at home, which example are we giving? What example are we giving?
True.
So, if a woman is empowered and she's happy, she's fulfilled, she'll be able to impact her own children. But a woman that is going through pain because she could not express herself, just like the woman breast, when you are breastfeeding and it stops suddenly, and you are not giving out breast, milk, you discover you are not giving out milk, you discover you have pains. So also a woman that is not allowed to flow out will begin to have pains. And
Thanks.
it is whatever a woman is going through that she multiplies back. The person who causes that pain, who is the husband, will definitely have pains too. That is the way. They are wired. Best is empower the woman. The woman can empower also our children, and then you can perpetuate that and have a godly heritage or a good heritage.
Thank you, sir, for that. And sir, I said that of recent, I noticed some men don't want to work. They themselves, they are not empowered, and they can't give what they don't have. It is someone who is empowered as a man that can empower his wife. So what advice do you have for such men who seem like of late they don't want to do anything, they just want to be there and expect the woman to go out there doing everything for them, while they just sit back, um, wasting away, so to speak.
Okay, and if you see a man staying at home, the best name to give such a man is an irresponsible man. Uh, and some of them who are not doing anything at home, they are very good at conjugal relationship. They
True.
focus more on conjugal relationship,
It's true.
energy to do anything. So they will always be wanting something in the evening, and the woman has gone out to work,
People.
and you are not doing anything. So you reserve your energy again to do the same thing that you are doing. So some women complain, and then it is not the best for a man to be at home without doing anything. You are not supposed to. You can't be respected if you are not bringing anything to the table. You cannot be respected. I'm not saying that a woman's income may not be much more than the man, but at least, excuse me, you must have something doing. A man of means is a man without means is a mean man. A man without means
Is
is
a
a mean
mean
man.
man.
So yeah, a man without means is a mean man. Why will you now come home? How will the woman respect you? How will she listen to you? The person that controls the economy of the family, he is supposed to be the head. But now you are the head. You are not, because you don't have what it takes. I mean, you don't. Some people say, I'm a man of God. I don't have to work. It's okay. It's okay. You will suffer. As a matter of fact, I always advise that the woman, if such a thing continues like that, the woman should separate her purse. In other words, let each person have her own money. So if out of her own volition or whatever, she can bring anything to the table. Not that she will work, bring all her money to the man, and the man will spend it, and then you go back again to work. Then it means one is a slave, and it's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
If you're not bringing anything in, then look for something to bring in so that at least the two of you can make yourselves happy. It is not the best. And then also, every man should empower himself.
True.
I mean, every man should improve on himself. Every
So,
man should grow himself. Every man should invest into himself. You must know more than your wife so that your wife can look up to you. If she knows more than you, I tell you, she's the head, whether you like it or not. You may be staying together in the same house.
it's true.
She's the She asks 5 questions. You can't provide any answer to those 5 questions. You don't even know what is going on. Your wife knows more. It takes knowledge to be ahead. It takes knowledge to be
To
ahead of
be
other
ahead.
people. So I want to encourage all men to please improve on themselves. Go get something for yourself. Improve.
True.
I'm a pastor, and I'm also a businessman. I'm not saying because I have a large church, I won't work again. I work, I work, I work, I work. So that when Funke comes around, she can still take something from me. I'm not going to
Exactly.
say, Shebi, you have all the money. I don't ask her when she comes home. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't ask her how much is, and that money. And that is the reason why she's investing. She's always investing.
It's true.
Anything that has to do with the family, anything that has to do with the family, it is my responsibility. Excuse me. As many people as I need, it is my responsibility to feed them, not my wife.
Mm,
It is my responsibility to fix the cars.
mm,
It is my responsibility to put fuel in the cars. It is my responsibility to fix the house if anything is damaged.
mm,
It is my responsibility, and I take it.
mm.
Now, how will she not respect me? And I give her money. Sometimes she may be dancing and I'm spraying her money. How will she not pay me? How will she not respect me? You think they can respect an empty
It's
head?
true.
The woman will not respect an empty head, though. I must tell you the truth. Anyone,
It's
she's not,
true.
the man is not bringing anything in, and then the woman will now be rolling on the floor for you. For what? Why will she be rolling on the floor? What have you contributed? What value have you added?
Mm,
Even if you're in a place of work and you are not adding value, they will sack you.
it's true. It's true.
So that's the truth. That's the truth.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I think you have done
Right.
justice to all the questions. We are very grateful for having you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The last part is so
Thank
funny.
you. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Moralayo. I appreciate you. I appreciate your family.
thank you,
And I
sir.
celebrate you.
Thank you,
And
sir.
also, I like to appreciate everyone on this call.
Mm,
Thank you for being on the call.
yeah,
Appreciate you.
thank you, sir. And
Okay.
our regards to mommy. And we hope to see
Yeah,
her
Mama do
more.
Mama.
Yes, we hope to see her more
Yeah.
touring the world, impacting lives and blessing
Yes.
humanity.
Amen.
Thank you, sir.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so very much. I appreciate. I'll give
Yes,
it to
sir.
her.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah. Bye,
Bye
sir.
for now.
So we have come to the end of